I am here, I promise. It's just not transitioning for some reason. There we go. I'm here. It's all happening tonight. Gee willikers. I've already had like 5 mistakes. Anyway, it's it's cursed. It's cursed this week because I actually posted in the Discord. If you're not part of the Discord, I'll do post updates in there. I posted that I wasn't going to be streaming tonight. And I ended up saying like, oh, it's okay, I can stream tonight now. And then basically immediately as I said that, Harry, our 15-month-old, vomited everywhere, all over my wife and himself and everything. So it was madness for the last 10 minutes of trying to give him a quick bath. I say, all right, you go and jump in the shower and then I'll get all this sorted. And yeah. And then I come in here and I'm just quickly trying to smash some jelly, and I didn't realize you could all see that, but I'm going to leave it in because I think it's hilarious. Something's going on with Streamlabs here. It's got some sort of thing. I need to click transition before anything changes, so I don't know what's going on, but what I do know is we got some fantabulous people here. Brendan Regan, how are you going? Favorite time of the week? Shucks. I am very humbled by that. Lou made it a 2nd week in a row. Welcome back, welcome back. John, how you going, mate? Todd River Aquatics. Brendan, yep, a sneaky feed indeedy. Jeff Pelham, how you going, Pelham? Mexicali, hello to you. Richie's Fish Room, you must be tuning in from Vegas, maybe? Or are you back already? What else is going on? Tilson's, hello to you. Cow Juice, hello, hello. And Orangutan, holy smokes, I thought the deforestation finally got ya. Been a long time over here. Probably thought the palm industry... I did think the palm oil industry got ya. Well, good to see ya, good to see ya. Hopefully you're repopulating the planet. Hopefully my profile pic is working this week. Sometimes YouTube really hurts. Yeah, I can see something. I can see a green blur. But that's not a reflection of your profile pic. I got an eye test this week because I have glasses. Like I've had glasses for the last 5 years or so, but I don't really wear them. I wear them like for nighttime driving and for sports games and stuff, but that's about it. I don't really need them day to day, but really interesting if you want to know about my ocular condition. So they fully scanned my eyeball, which is pretty interesting. But then, so they said like, I'm good at drawing. I'm not good at drawing stuff, but I prefer to draw stuff. Let's just see if I can do it backwards here. So, oh gosh. So this is someone's eyeball. Say that. So that's an eyeball. And usually, as they scan it, people will have like a straight line and then a dip. This is really hard. And then a straight line again. And it will look like that. Okay? It's not bad considering it's mirrored and backwards. Alright, so that's what most people's eyes look like. Straight line, dip, straight line. Mine looks like this. Straight line. So I just can't really see like screens, long distance screens, or not even long distance screens, which makes my life a lot easy since I do live streams and make videos and do my engineering work on the computer. So every time one of my colleagues brings me over to show me something, and I'm just like, yeah, just let me press my face up against the screen so I can actually see what you're talking about. But apparently that's why. I never knew that. So yeah, back home for a week and off to London next week. Awesome. Body clock shattered. Brought COVID back from Vegas. Ooh, not everything stays in Vegas. Yeah, well, I'm sure people would be happy to bring back COVID than some of the other things they might bring back. I've never been, but one day I'll get over there. See a show. See some kind of like projection of Kiss or something like that. Good evening, John. How are you, mate? Woodsy, Hey mate, how are you? Yeah, so that's what's been going on. So I got some new glasses on the way, so that'll be good. But you'll probably never see me really wearing them. And what else did I do this week? I've been sort of back in the mojo of fish room stuff, so I've just been moving fish around. The Hoplo cats I put down there, they were in a 20 litre Kmart tank, so I put them down there and I want to breed those guys, so that'll be good. Hopefully I can do that. One thing I was playing around with as well before the live stream, and I'd be keen to hear what you guys think about this, is, just bear with me for a minute. Okay, that site's muted. Just want to check one thing. This is great viewing. But it is important. So nobody really uses it, which is fine. But I've got some designs and stuff on the spreadshirt, which should be a banner. Maybe not under the live streams, but it should be visible under most videos. But I never really talk about it or do anything with it, so it's fine. And also, you know, not everyone wants to sort of get around with those designs or whatever. But I do want to do something cool, and it doesn't even have to be like related to my channel at all. But I've been wanting to do some cool fish room or fish related sort of pun t-shirts. Like, you know how gymfluencers or other niches, they have like kind of oversized, really brightly colored clothes, and they might just like kind of look like a collegiate sort of print. I want to do that, but like, you know, sort of like what, Guppy University or something. But I also want it to be funny. So I was playing around in Spreadshirt before to see what options were available for like brightly colored clothes, something cooler than just the old AS color white t-shirt that's going to fade out at like 5 minutes flat. So I found that I can get some that are Under Armour, which I thought that could be cool because it's kind of like sporty. So then it wouldn't necessarily be obvious that it's a, you know, like I don't want to do the classic like my water change t-shirt, you know, because it's been done 1,000 times. So that's what I'm thinking. Let me know what you think about that idea. And I don't know, really. Do you think it's a good idea? What do I breed in the Kmart tanks? Epistos, pairs, CPDs. I've got a few other projects going on. I've got not emerald raspberries, neon green raspberries. I've got amber tetras. I've got chili raspberries. I've got some transvestitus, another little dwarf cichlid, kind of like a crib but a bit smaller. And then the rest of those ones are grow out tanks, I think. A few endlers. Up there I've got Honsloy epistos and a bunch of shrimp. So yeah, I don't often breed in the Kmart tanks. Usually they're just grow out tanks. Pleco University, better on the bottom. True. And don't you think it would be cool as like a bit of an inside joke to put something like better in the bottom, like in Latin, you know? Because universities, that like one that comes to mind is there used to be one that was Virtus Sole Nobilitat, which means something like truth above all. So I just think like better or rising. Yeah, we'll go with better from the bottom, Latin. See what comes up there. List of Latin phrases. From top to bottom? That could be kind of cool. Like from top to bottom, they kind of clean the glass from top to bottom. Something like that. I just think that there's an idea there for sure. All right. What's going on here? You can see how good my eyesight is. Thanks for subscribing, Homer. Alright, well, from top to bottom, from head to heel was a capite ad calcem. I just reckon that would be cool. Pleco University, and get like some kind of outline, sort of like Cerberus or something like that, but it would be a pleco. So that's my idea. That's my idea. Hey Adele, how you going? Craig, good to see you. Big Ears, what's happening, mate? Also, New Locker Austin. Yeah, thanks for popping in with that brilliant idea. Nathan Hovey, hello to you.
All right.
Catch the replay. No dramas, mate. 4 a.m. I'm surprised you popped in. Thanks for that. Oh, thanks. Thanks for that, Craig. Appreciate that. Cool. We've got friends in deep water. I hope that's not literal. Finally, our new kitchen and bathroom are finishing. We're home again, starting a new job on Monday. Awesome. And by the way, I'm not coming up with this as like a money-making venture. The main driver behind this is, should I just show you? Maybe. I'll just show you. So, I like this brand of clothing, and I want to buy some of this. It's called Frontrunner AU, and you'll see kind of the style that I'm talking about. Maybe people would know, but the guy's face that you're going to see in a minute, his name's, see that guy? He's Adam Sullivan, and see these clothes? Like, I don't know, maybe other people think they're lame, but I think they're cool. And they come in really bright colours and a sort of oversized fit. And I want those, but they're like $90 for a t-shirt. Like, look at this. So, like, that's pretty cool. Front runner. EBT means evidence-based training. But $89. Crazy. So I'm obviously not paying $89 for a t-shirt. Should have gone to Specsavers. I did go to Specsavers. So yeah, I'm not paying $89 for a t-shirt, but I could make my own and then buy the same thing, fish related, for like, I think the minimum you have to charge is like $27 or something like that. I don't know yet, but that's my original idea. And I just thought, if I'm going to put a lot of effort into that, then make it available for everyone. So yeah, basically, even the stuff in the banner right now, I don't really make anything. It's been there for like 2 years, and I think there's $14 in there that I can't withdraw because you need to make a minimum of $50 or something for them to give it to you. So yeah, there's no markup at all, but mainly I just think it's free advertising. Like, why would I put a markup on that if somebody wants to walk around helping me out? DKF, how you going, mate? Evening now, folks. How are you going? I haven't seen you in ages. Yeah, what's happening? Price of stuff is through the roof now. Yeah, I know, it's nuts. $89 for a t-shirt. I would have laughed in your face if someone told me that a few years ago. But I'll still do it now. Fishfam Link, thank you, Adele. Yeah, thanks for the $2 readers. Appreciate that, Adele. Price of rocks. Price of rocks. Don't get me started on the price of rocks. So yeah, I'm gonna probably play around with that side of things. I was gonna do it tonight since I decided that I wasn't gonna stream, but then I ended up streaming. I was gonna do that, but maybe after this I'll play around in there. But you know, I'll probably get like what are they called? I actually had a company, I think from the Philippines, reach out seeing if I wanted any designs done, or they did a whole heap of that stuff like SEO, marketing, tags, titles. Do you want us to do this and that, edit your videos and stuff? But the editing wasn't really great. So but they said they design like merch for channels, and I sent a few things. They sent me back, I'll show you that too. You get the real inside scoop. I won't like out them or anything. Let's see. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah. So this is kind of like what they sent back. I don't know. They probably just did it with AI anyway. But there's some of the ideas that they sent me. But I don't know. A lot of it was fishing, so I think there might be a bit of a language barrier there to contend with, but something's in the works there. It might be 6 months before anything happens, but we'll see. Fishfam Link dropping the stats. That's the middle of nowhere. The wood at my local fish shop has doubled. Wood. Oh gosh. The stuff I was bringing home has gone from 60 to 110 plus. Wood always has been outrageous, especially considering that, like, I guess most of it isn't pulled out of waterways, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. Green fig, hello. Price has to go up. These sticks. Yeah. There's a scarcity of sticks. Can't get Thursdays off anymore, so struggle to catch the streams. Only off today because I got a life-threatening strain of man flu. Well, quick recovery. I hear a couple of frosty beverages and a good lay down on the couch is good for that. Fishing shirts are big here in Texas. Yeah. But yeah, so I've done that stuff before, and like half of the hoodies that I own are like cartoon picture of fish with my logo on the back, but I just want to do something cool. I want to do something that's never been done before. I want it to be bold and colourful, a little bit funny, but also most people wouldn't even realise it's a fish shirt. That's kind of what I want. That's what I want to achieve. And what I'll do is I'll put like 6 months of effort into this, and I'll buy like 8 of them myself. I'll make 2 sales, and it will all be worth it. And one will be Ed Star because he's a legend. He always helps me out. The other one, that could be a mystery. It could be you. Could also not be you. Anyway, yeah. So I was doing that. Yeah. That's what I was doing. I'm a bit frazzled now because I was not streaming. So usually I think about stuff I was going to talk about, but my video is all done for tomorrow. Members may have already seen it, but it's a reprisal of the CPD breeding. It's all about breeding CPDs, what to do and how to do it. So hopefully it's well received, but we'll see. Let me know what you thought about my USA versus Australia one. Did you see that? And I'm thinking if people like it, I could weave that in like once a month or something like that. I could do just kind of a skit, an observational comedy kind of video about the hobby. I'd be interested in doing that. I like it. Thanks, Craig. Appreciate that. You can be number 2. Pleco University, wonders of the bottom through our class. There's just so many options. There's just so many. Yeah. Like, yeah, there's so many options. The puffer one was it. Puffer one was it. Don't know what you mean. The puffer one was it. Yeah, you lost me. I don't have stock of any of this stuff, by the way. This is like drop shipping. I can't afford to buy it. Like, can you imagine if when I did all this ages ago, if I bought like, I don't know, 10,000 shirts in a variety of sizes and just had them boxes piled up everywhere. You would be. I would be shilling them by now. I'd be talking about it in every video if I did that. People of country videos are some of the funniest. Definitely keep up the skits. Okay, cool. I'll do it. And I got a few other accents I've been thinking about. Maybe I'll throw in a bit of wee Scottish next time. Or maybe a little bit of Irish. You never know what might pop up. Maybe I'll put in my Donald Trump. It could be anything. But, yeah, I got a bit fixated on the, hey, Nicky, where's my pizza pie? Give me a price on those Blackos. Or I'll toss you in the deep end. I don't know. We're losing the plot now. So, yeah, that's the story. Price difference. Yeah, the puffer one. Oh, yeah, okay. We're on two different wavelengths here. Yes, the video is the USA versus Australia. Probably wasn't that obvious. Probably some people might have thought that it was a fully serious deep dive on the price differences of fish. It was not. They would get a rude surprise. But, yeah, I got a few ideas on it. Well, I'm also open to suggestions, although if you tell them to me now, they probably will get forgotten about fairly promptly. So those kind of things are really good for the Discord. By the way, there's also a thread in the Discord, live stream ideas. So if there's anything you want me to start to incorporate into these, that's the place to put that as well. But I'm thinking like another comparison could be like new fish keeper versus experienced fish keeper, and it would be like, hey, it be a Wednesday. I better take me water down to the fish shop and get it tested. Whilst I'm there, I'll probably buy one of each fish without doing any research at all. And then the other one, the experienced fish keeper, will be like, oh, Brian, my tank's evaporated to about halfway down. Suppose I better top it up next week or so. Yeah, could be an option. Trouble is, that's about where my video idea ends for that one. Don't know what this Discord is. Discord is like a lot of gamers use it, but it's just a platform. So it's kind of like if you imagine like a Facebook group, but obviously on Discord. It's an app or in browser, or yeah, those are the only two options. You don't have to download anything. You can just type in Discord, and then you'll see there's a link in the description of every of my video, and that will allow you to join it. And then in there's just like threads down the side that's like, welcome, share your fish tank pics, live stream chat. We used to have one that was a chat about TV shows. Like back in the day when The Mandalorian was coming out, we used to chat in there a little bit. I think it even goes back when we were talking about the last season of Game of Thrones. But yeah, it's just another app, really. See, my new job is Scottish. I can't understand the word she says. Yeah, I listened to a podcast with the Buckleys, James Buckley, and what's his wife's name? Anyway, James Buckley is Jay from The In-Betweeners, if you've seen that show. And it's called In Sickness and in Health. And his wife is Scottish. And yeah, it's quite funny. It's quite funny listening to her speak, because like she'll say, any mare? I don't listen to you anymore. I'm like, mare? Who turns more into mare? So strange. Oh, the wee lads, Harrison. They've got a son called Harrison. But yeah, it's a pretty good podcast to talk about relationship stuff and all that. And she gives him a bit of what for. All right, cool. I'll come up with that. First of all, I did want to do CPD video that's coming out tomorrow. And then I do want to go back to Bunnings and do another one of Bunnings products that you can use in your tanks or hardware store. Probably work in a joke about Hammer Barn somewhere along the lines. And then after that, I might do that one. Claire Buckley. That's right, Claire Buckley. You could relate gym to fish keeping by having a pic of a human lifting 2 big buckets to simulate water changes. True. I should have done it more in that style for my one about why fish keeping is the best hobby, when I just kind of said, like, you know, there's exercise involved with buckets, or like you can do aquatic gardening instead of gardening. Like, I'm sure I could have done that funnier as more of a skit thing. But realistically, that's what got me onto this stuff again. So I guess it's all following a path of its own. Cool. Yeah, no stress. I'm a bit hit and miss with Discord myself. Like, I'll be right into it and commenting on everything, and then other times I just won't really get into it much at all. So it is what it is. Workout video. I have thought about doing like fitness-based TikToks and stuff, but I just really don't have the time for it. And there's that many of them out there. Plus, I don't know if I'm quite there yet. But then again, like, the only reason I would do it is because a lot of the content you see is from like people that are personal trainers or fitness influencers, or, you know, those kind of people that they're just sitting around all day and they have, you know, no other responsibilities than to go to the gym and to make overnight oats. Like, that's great for you guys, but what about for people who have full-time jobs, kids, activities, hobbies, you know? How are we supposed to cook up, you know, 3 scrambled egg whites every morning when we're trying to, like, quickly slap some peanut butter on a piece of toast and get the kids out the door to school, you know? Some of it's pretty funny, I reckon. Like, oh, a day in the life of me. I just slow roasted a chicken for 6 hours with some dry spices on it, and then made a fresh salad by going down to a fresh produce store and hand selecting everything that I wanted on it. And then I went back and peeled apart the chicken one fiber at a time. By that time it was 4 p.m. and it was time for me to continue doing nothing for the rest of the day. Don't forget that light. Yes, true. That would definitely be high on the list. I find Discord very confusing. Yeah, it is. I agree. It's very confusing at the start, and it's not that intuitive to seek out Discords. Like, I find that unless someone puts a link right to you and you click that link, then you kind of like get the backdoor entrance into that community. But if you don't have that, it's very hard to find people. Like if I'm just in the street and I see you and I'm like, I'm on Discord, go find me. Good luck, because it's just impossible. Yeah, it is hard to use at first. Video of something like a water change from a fish. That's a good idea, actually. Still telling everyone my life. That's a good laugh. Jealous of that laugh at times. Their online fish range is not bad now. Oh, the Bunnings? Yeah, you got to be careful with that though, because I don't think it's in stock. A lot of it is resellers. So what that is actually, like, if you see a product, there'll be like a kit tank, for example, on the Bunnings website. Go in and just Google search that, like, copy the title, Google search that, and you'll find that it'll pop up on Catch of the Day. It'll pop up on, you know, maybe like a discount site like a Groupon or something like that. It'll pop up on eBay. And it's all from one reseller that's just sort of piggybacking onto all these kind of websites. And there's no guarantees from Bunnings for that. You're kind of at the mercy of whatever they're going to send. So, yeah, just be careful with some of those reseller type things. Yeah. Like it was in my house. Maybe I am in your house. Do you hear the footsteps in the basement pitter-pattering around? I'm revealing a lot about myself here, but I also listened to a podcast with Jack Archdale and Louisa Deldin called, what is it called? We Mean Well. Probably seen their TikToks if you're on TikTok, but yeah, Judge does a character called Graham or something like that. Hello, my name's Graham. So that's where that one's coming from. It all comes from China, yeah, 100%. Homer, how are you? 20 minutes, well, appreciate that. It's not to force you or anything like that. It's mainly because we do occasionally get the odd hilarious troll. So I figure if they have to waste 20 minutes of their life waiting to try and make me slip up and say something, then that's funny to me. Garlic, onion, pepper, chili, salt. Savor the cornflake crust. What? I am lost at that. Oh, there we go. What's your spice secret for the chicken? It smelled delicious from up here. The scent wafting through the roof, wafting through the ceiling. I can't wait for the cover of darkness to come and sample the leftovers. That is weird. I'm a weird person today. Yeah, so I don't know how Thursdays are going to work next week. I guess it was okay. Basically what's happened is one of the kids' activities, which is usually on Friday, leaving Thursday as the only night of the week that we don't have something on. We had a new activity start up that is on Fridays now, so we've shifted the Friday to the Thursday. So it's a bit busy around these parts at the moment. But that's only for a couple of weeks, so I'll do my best, but I can't at this stage guarantee that that next Thursday might be a goer. But the one after that should be fine. Ish. Any fish-related questions? Anything that's been on your mind? I saw a really cool fish. That has landed in the country for those Australians out there. Atlas Aquarium, if you're lucky enough to be in the Brisbane area. I saw that they've got Pandagara in stock, as well as a bunch of other things. They got Axelrod Rasboras, pretty cool. Bunch of other stuff. Seriously, I picked up some juvenile albino cherry barbs. Nice. They are really cool, and usually I do not often like albino fish or albino fish. Yeah, usually I'm not a fan. The red eyes kind of creep me out. Makes me also think of the Da Vinci Code, so I usually steer clear of those, but the sort of fluorescent orange of them darting around, a nice green aquascape, I could get behind that. Any aquatic questione? Indubitably, Homer. What do you got for me? Is it about a three-eyed fish found near the nuclear power plant? Nuclear. So yeah, I'd like to get some Pandagara. So if you see anyone else get them that can ship them to me, let me know, because I'm in the market for some Pandagara. And usually once one person gets them, 5-6 other people get them pretty quick. So that should be good. Actually, I got a good question the other day that I was meaning to save and bring up on a live stream. What was it? I get a few questions here. Oh, yes. So, I got a message from... I didn't ask if I could talk about it. Let's just call them... Fishkeeper A. Alright, we'll call them Fishkeeper A. Yep. And they said... Oh, they asked me a few things before that. Okay. They said... Okay, so there's... Oh, jeez. There's a lot of stuff here. We asked about live food and stuff. He's talking about fish clubs. Anyway, okay, here it is. So, I lost my job on Tuesday. Etc. I was hoping for any tips to start a successful fish breeding business, because it's always been my dream. Since I got laid off, basically, the time was right to try and start up a fish breeding business instead of going back into the job market. Let me just quickly see. What wrasse do good with my dragon wrasse? Now you're delving into the interest. Cleaner wrasse? I don't know what a dragon wrasse is, to be honest. Cleaner wrasse will probably go with anything, won't they? Anthony, how you going, mate? Tuning in every now and then, loving the streams. Appreciate that, mate. Thinking of setting up a pond Melbourne area. Would guppies do okay through our winter? Not really, Lou, but what will go year round and is great in a pond in Melbourne, I myself live in Geelong and I've done these year round, so I know that it will work. My pond was pretty deep. It was about 200 litres, so not that deep, but anything bigger than just a puddle of water. Medaka rice fish. Japanese rice fish, you got to think, in Japan, it gets very cold, snows, they can go year round. So you might find that the population might come down, like maybe some of the younger ones and the older ones might drop off a little bit in that winter time, and you certainly don't need to feed them during winter, but Medaka rice fish, great option for year round in a pond in the bottom half of Victoria even. And they're great because they're top dwellers anyway. Get some platinums, get some orange, you'll see them, they're just great. I've got some outside right now. Midwest Aquatics, my coolie loach spawn, should I remove the adults from the tank? Ooh. I would, yeah, especially the first one. Especially the first. I always like to just secure the first spawn of anything, raise it up so that I know that I have that. Because I feel like once you get the first batch of fish, the aim of the game then is to get a spawn out of them. At least the same amount of fish that you purchased. So, yeah, I'm always super careful with the first spawns. I found Pandagara to be quite moody with each other, forever chasing each other off the best grazing spots. Interesting. Yeah, I don't really know too much about them, but they're just one of those fish that you see on the interwebs and you never see in shops around here, so it's cool that other fish is around, I guess. Kyle, how you going, mate? If you need some Pandagara, I could try and send you some from work if you're near Europe. I'm in Australia. And our import and export laws are shocking, so it's unlikely. Appreciate it, though. Anthony, here is a question you might not be able to answer, but how on earth are the exotics smuggled into Australia? I see some cool thing floating around every now and then. I can have a good guess at it. Obviously, I've never done it myself, or I'd have some Post Malone diamond encrusted grills or something as I sit here. The day that happens, you know that something's up. But what will happen is an exporter will ship, maybe a lot of 20, 30, 40, 50 styrofoam boxes of fish. And they're going to be large styrofoam boxes with, 50 bags in them. A couple of individually bagged bedders maybe. So you might even get hundreds of bags in a styrofoam box. And they'll say, 1 box of bedders and take your pick. Bronze corridors. And then maybe half of those bags do have bronze corridors in them. Maybe the other half have Pandagara in them. And they'll just hope that the people at quarantine open up 1, 2, 3, 4 bags. Yep, all bronze cories. Put them in. Box is good to go. We've got a big workload ahead of us, boys. Let's keep searching through these boxes. And that's pretty much how it happens. Nobody's having a very uncomfortable flight with one, sharing a seat with them, shall we say. That's not happening. But yeah, it's just mislabeled fish, and you hope that sort of the quantity that you're sending through, you might be able to sneak 1 or 2 other things in and see what happens. Yeah, Medakas are awesome. I love them. You can make some pretty easy spawning mops for them too, but realistically outdoors, they can figure out a way. Midwest, no problemo. What was my first ever fish tank? Good question. It was a 60 litre all-in-one aquarium. I had blue and black gravel. I had 3 albino cories and 3 bronze cories. Maybe they were pepper. No, I got the peppers later. 3 albino, 3 bronze cories, and I had 8 rummy nose tetras. That's what I had. I'm pretty sure. I might have got 8 rummy nose and 8 neon tetras. Yeah, that sounds about right. Later on, I got a red crown tail betta. It was a cool little tank, but ooh, the cycling process was rough. It was cloudy. It smelled really weird. Obviously, I know that's ammonia now, but at the time, I was very confused. That's like after growing up with goldfish tanks and stuff, but that was the main one that I got that kind of kept this thing going. That's what turned into this. Hey, Denver, how are you? Aqualicious? Looking well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm trying to do my best. Trying to keep up with these kids. Quarantine workers might be involved. Yeah, it's a bit tinfoil hat for my liking, but yeah, it's possible. I mean, there'd be so many, and there'd be so many packages going in and out that how would you line up, Joe Blow to make sure that they are the ones signing off on your stuff? I don't know. Seems a bit more like the sort of thing that happens in Colombia or Brazil. Not so much Sydney or Melbourne Airport. You'd hope not anyway. Maybe it does. That was my guess too. Been doing extensive research to smuggle things in. Don't tell me about that. Yeah. Look, I find it quite funny how obvious some things are. Like, I would say that I'm far from inner circle. Like, I'm not even middle circle. I'm outer circle. And even I would have a few people that I'd call if I ever wanted something dodgy, which I never do, especially if you're the authorities watching this right now. Nothing ever to break any rules will enter these premises. Sounds sarcastic, but it's probably true. It's just too risky. I put everything on the internet, and I'm not good at secrets, so I just tend to not get myself into the position where I have to have a secret. Can't keep track of that. Yeah, exactly. If you have enough money, you can get anything. True. Pretty epic first tank. Thanks. Yeah, it was a good one. And I kept it going for quite a while. Mislabeling juvenile fishes. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, especially the pea puffers and stuff. Just chuck them in a bag with, like, I don't know. Like, what could you be smuggling in? What looks like a pea puffer? Find another, maybe like, just send them in a bag of like 500 tiger endlers or something like that, Whether anything yellow and small, who's gonna know? I mean, I've even got a fish over there that I ordered, but I ordered 10 tetras and it just was in the bag, and it's a Colombian tetra, and I've never I did not order Colombian tetras, you know, but that's the game sometimes. And sometimes I actually like the odd mystery fish. And fun fact, that's not the first accidental Colombian tetra that I've ever had. I also got a Colombian tetra. What did I buy? Can't remember. Maybe I bought like a Jack Dempsey or something like that, and they accidentally scooped up a Colombian tetra in there. Yeah. Terrible ringleader if I am. Stream is about to be shut down. Yeah. Actually, last week's stream got demonetized. I hit review and it got fixed, but I missed out on my $2.50. Yeah. I don't know what it thought I was up to no good. Yeah, Plecos are so easy. You'll get those gold grills one day. Maybe. Kyle, yeah, fair call. Call me Pablo Blake Escobar. Speaking of Pablo Escobar, have you heard about his, maybe this is common knowledge, but you know about the hippo population running rampant? So Pablo Escobar had a bunch of hippos, and obviously when everything happened to him, the hippos have escaped and gone into the waterways, and obviously because there's no natural predators, the population of hippos is just booming, and they're causing a lot of ruckus. And like I saw some TikTok or whatever of these hippos like going into the town area now. They were like smashing into people's cars and all sorts of stuff. So how cheeky Pablo smuggling in some hippos. Anybody got a good hippo connection? Just for a friend. Wink, wink. Cow juice. Also, don't hippos, speaking of cow juice, don't hippos have pink milk? Another fun fact for you. Speaking of RAS, I feel very low in this chair right now, I don't know. But I'm relaxing, okay? Speaking of RAS, I nearly did get back into the saltwater game. If you're not familiar, I kept saltwater for, don't know, 3 years or so, in different size tanks, nano tanks, up to a 4 foot by 18 inch tank. So what's that, like 300 litres or something like that? Because I live in a coastal area, so I was just going out and collecting the salt. Back then I didn't have an RODI water system or anything like that, so it was just easier to collect. I've got that now, so it's probably a lot easier. But anyway, I kind of want a pair of epaulet sharks or some kind of cat shark. I think that would be cool. So that might be on the cards. Although I don't really have a great tank for them, so I'd have to figure that out. You know those big fiberglass pondy kind of setups that people are selling? I'd quite like one of those. And I would potentially turn it into a saltwater predator tub. Like get a lionfish, a snowflake eel, epaulet sharks, or some other kind of cat shark. Yeah, something like that I reckon would be cool. I got a mystery shark. It was supposed to be a barley cat shark. It's probably some kind of bamboo shark. Still, how cool to have a shark. And I've always wanted to get a stingray again, or a pair of stingrays, but realistically, the tank that you need for stingrays is just so big. So I'm actually thinking it might be easier to do a Fowler tank with sharks and do that and try and like hatch out an egg and all that. I just think that would be fascinating. And I think it would be, what's the word? Not more humane, but I just feel like it would be, yeah, I just worry about stingrays and what size tank they're in, you know? You still need a big tank for those kind of sharks, but we're talking about a shark that's long and slender and might get to 60 centimeters or 2 foot, whereas a stingray might get like 90 centimeters in diameter. So it's just such a big footprint. Have you got any bumblebee gobies? I want to breed, but I have 5 so far. I think they need to breed in brackish, don't they? Bumblebee gobies have been always one that I like, and I think that would be cool, but there's so much confusion about if they're brackish, if they're fresh, if they're this and if they're that, that I end up down that wormhole and I'm like, I've got about 1,000 other things that I'm interested in. I'll go that way instead. Any fish that I haven't bred in the past but want to try and breed? 100%. I definitely want to get back into pea puffers with a nice little tidy group of 10 or more. Another one that I didn't breed in the past but I want to try again. I'm yet to breed the African butterfly fish, and that was one that I was keen to get. I haven't bred my Senegal Bashirs yet, although I haven't really tried that hard lately. But I need to get in there and check it a bit more regularly in the mops. So there's quite a few for sure. And I'd still like to crack the code on these chili rasboras too. But I'm not sure it's as easy as... I think it's easier said than done. Because the only resource I can find online about it is Mark's Aquatics. And he just... If I remember his video properly, he just kind of found them laying in the morning and grabbed out one egg and hatched one chili rasbora. So that's going to be unlikely. Delirium, I have a Anycubic Viper and a Bamboo Labs A1 Mini. And I'm hoping that after I do this CPD video tomorrow, I have a few sales of the boxes, and then if I have enough sales, or at least down the track, then I want to get the Bamboo Labs A1, the bigger one. That's what I want. You're doing pea puffs now? They're so cool. Richie, if you are, can you ship me some eggs? Because I really wanted to hatch the eggs out, to be honest. I'll buy them, and it might be easier than shipping the fish. So if you can ship me like 20 eggs, that would be fantabulous. I'd love that. Not yet, it's too small. That's some good questions though. I like that. I like all of that. Alright, so yeah, where was I going before that detour? Yeah, so Fish Keeper A asked me, now that I've lost my job, what tips would I give if you're trying to make breeding fish your income? First thing I would recommend is don't do that. Because it's a lot more stressful when you're staring at fish because you need them to keep the bills, to keep the debt collectors at bay. So first of all, don't do that. And second of all, if you really have to do that, then give yourself 3, 4, 5 months ahead of time so that you can have stock on the go. Because there's nothing worse than getting started, because that is the worst time, right? Because if you're getting stock, and this person they hadn't bought any fish yet, apart from the ones they already had, but anyway, they were looking at options to buy fish. The trick is really, you got to get something that once it hits breeding age, you can then either keep moving them or keep taking the fry away and raising them elsewhere, because you want the parents in there to concentrate on that, and you want the babies out so that you can speed feed them so they can grow as fast as possible. So yeah, don't do it unless you really love stress, and if you can, give yourself time ahead. But in terms of species, we were talking about that a little bit too. First thing I would say is don't look it up on the internet what species to get. Don't do anything like that. What you can do is go to your local fish store or a handful of your local fish stores in your area, go out to them and go say, hey, what's a fish or what's a list of fish that you can never get and you always want? The ones that in the past around me have said they always want, it might be a variety of shrimp, might be German blue rams, usually it's stuff that ships pretty difficult. It's like the theory with those two is shrimp, it's kind of hard to ship them when it's really hot. Rams, it's kind of hard to ship them when it's really cold, right? So anyway, go ask them first. Go find out what sells in your local area but is hard to get. And if that aligns, then do that. But if they say, oh, you know, what we really find is hard to get are Epistogramma abacaxis, or however you say that, ABCXAS. Is that how you... Anyway, or like, yeah, the most obscure things ever, like, oh, I can't think of any right now, but we find that it's really hard to get hairy puffers, I don't know what else. Like purple pencilfish and XYZ. And then you go off, and first of all, you're not going to be able to find them either. Second of all, then, are they going to be a fish? Like Epistogrammas, for example, it's going to take you 6 months to raise your fry to sellable size, minimum. And then, are you going to have to sell those fry for like $10 each? Because do the quick numbers on that. You're spending more in electricity and food than you're going to make out of it. So, anyway, those were just a few things we were spitballing. I thought it was an interesting question. And I thought that maybe other people had thought about it before, but the main takeaway is that when you just making a little bit of extra coin to buy some fish food or help ease the electricity bill, something like that, it's pretty good. Especially when the fish that you breed is just a bonus. You don't actually have to do it. So if one day you just stumble upon a whole bunch of angelfish eggs or whatever, and you decide to put them away in a tank and raise those up, and then you've got 200 angelfish, that's all gravy, you know. You just look at it in a whole different way. Just started, definitely once I get them going. Okay, cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Learnt the hard way. Fish that are easy to breed are hard to sell. Complete change of thinking for me in the hobby now. Will be downsizing. Yeah. And I've done the same thing too. I went down a huge rabbit hole with different things, and it definitely happens. And then nowadays, half of my tanks, like, if we just quickly run through, we got corridors across there for the most part. Bristlenose plecos in there. Easy. You know, for the most part, they all just kind of look after themselves. The cories, I might see some eggs on the glass. Collect those up, no dramas. We got the sort of nano-ish fish, but the ones that are readily breeding, they've got that breeder box in there, so that's easy. Turn a tap on to get those babies happening. The shrimp all look after themselves and increase their own population there, so that's all good. Live bearers in there, the swordtails, obviously they make their own. Cories again over there. We got the Tanganyikans down there, so Shelleys, Julidochromos and Tropheus. All of those guys not very quickly, certainly not as quickly as if they were in species only tanks, but they make new fish in there, so that just ticks along. And then down here, basically all of these tanks at the bottom here are endless, except for the hoplocats and except for the pygmy cories. But the pygmy cories are colony breeding in there. The endless are all colony breeding, so it's all gravy, you know. So yeah, because back when things used to be a lot more hands-on, that was good. And maybe in 5 or 10 years' time, I might get back to that point. But for now, I'm neglecting my responsibilities outside of the fishing if I am doing that. And then what happens is it becomes a thing of you just coming in and dropping food in every time. And then when you actually do have an afternoon to spend in the fish room, you're looking around at all your incomplete projects and just beating yourself up about it. So I think it's good to have at least half, if you've got a lot of tanks, like 20 to 40 tanks or more, I think it's a good idea to have at least half of those tanks full of fish that are going to colony breed. Because even if things are stressful, you finally got a little while to come and just enjoy the tanks for what they are. What I do is I go immediately down here to the front, I sit cross-legged on the concrete and I just look at all the little endless and stuff that have appeared without me ever knowing. And part of that as well is like I'll see some different color morphs and stuff, and maybe I need to, you know, take a few of those out and start a different colony with those or whatever to make sure that the fish don't all just turn into brown fish and they keep being the fish that I want them to be. But it's just cool to sort of have those ones where you don't really realize what's happening, and then the next time you get a chance to look into it, it's a whole different ball game in there. So some of that's pretty cool. So that was a bit of a rant maybe, but I thought it was a really, really interesting position to be in, to be honest, because I could understand that where you've had a stressful time, you've lost your job, and you're trying to turn it into a positive, and everyone knows you're a mad fish addict, and you think, yeah, you know, I'd love to spend all this time that I had to go to the office or I had to go to site, I'd love to turn that into fish room time and just clock up hours in there, and nobody could say anything because I'm working in there now. But it's, I don't know if it's going to be much less stressful than actually just going to work, knowing that's covered, coming back home and enjoying it and having two separate things. It's the same as any time I've ever been asked like if I would start a fish store or anything like that. Absolutely no way. No way. Never, ever, ever. Well, you should never say never, I guess, but no way. Peace and love. Peace and love. Hey, Brandon, how are ya? Good to see ya. Just got the notification. Late. I'm about to finish it up, but at least I did see ya. I still haven't got my soundboard fixed yet, though. Well, not with that one, I don't think. Let me see what I've got here. I don't think it's working, though. Nah. I have to come in here. Open that. Let's see. You want a bit of a... Okay. Is it gonna work? No, it's not working. You want a bit of a... Bruh. Nah, none of them are working. I don't know what the go is with this. It's being silly. So, I got no sounds. Got no sounds.
It's time to do.
Okay, we've got a Yu-Gi-Oh! Time to duel. I don't know if this is going to copyright me. I'll just do it for like half a second. What's the deal with fish keeping? We'll see if that rubs me on my $2.50 this week as well. You know, you spend a lot of time in a fish room and... I don't know, I got nothing. I do miss the soundboard.
Okay.
Well, what's that one? Horns. Oh, it's the burp, 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 burp. That one's gone too.
Coronavirus!
Oh, that one's for you, Richie.
Coronavirus!
Cardi B. Coronavirus.
I'm so excited.
There you go.
Do it live.
I like it.
I like it.
H3 podcast. Have I missed the discussion on the spin the wheel game? Nah, we didn't. I did sort of flag that it's in the Discord, but good timing. Good timing. Thanks, Craig. Yeah, I've been trying to keep it tidy in here. Actually, it was very confusing. I sprayed some room, what's it called? Room scent? Room smelly stuff? Nice smelling room spray? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the right word. I sprayed some of that in here, and it was lime and coconut. And it smells like a pina colada in here at the moment, so it's pretty good. A nice, humid pina colada. Is our hobby getting more popular each year? I don't think so. I think it did during that 2020, 2021, 2022 period. I think Maybe the 2023 year, there was a bit of second year blues about it. People started to sort of, maybe they got in a bit too deep. Maybe they've had to filter back to work and stuff like that. And now, 2024, my gauge based on absolutely no data is that there's been a bit of a die-off this year, perhaps. I think so. So yeah, spin wheel game. Brandon had a really good idea. A few others had some good chat in the Discord. And it was about what we do with our spin the wheel. It's over there. I'm not going to go get it. It looks like a Wheel of Fortune wheel, right? And what I want to do is I want to do a live stream that turns into a video where we're going to write a whole bunch of stuff on the wheel. We're going to write, like the first spin might be substrate. And I will get from the comments, from comments alone. So I will put nothing on the wheel. From comments alone, I'm going to put things on there from your suggestions. And it will be, I have no doubt in my mind, someone's going to say rainbow gravel. Someone's going to say, I don't know, sand from the beach. Someone's going to say, I don't know. Could be anything. Hopefully it's not something that's going to kill an inhabitant. But could literally be whatever. Smashed up bricks. I don't know. But it's going to be that. So I'm going to fill the wheel up with ideas. However long that takes is going to be however long it takes. And then we'll spin it up and that will be the thing. And then the next thing we'll decide is, I don't know, 3 types. So we'll get a whole next wheel of plants. And then I might spin that 3 or 4 times. And we might put 4 or 5 different plants in there. Or maybe I'll do 3 wheels for plants. I'll do like foreground, midground, background. Yeah, we'll do that. And then those plants I'll have to put in those areas. And then we'll do, what else? Inhabitants. And that could be tricky because like if somebody's going to say like giant gourami, obviously. Anyway, we got some workshopping to do. But yeah, that's the way it's going to be. Purely live stream based tank. And then the video is going to be sourcing those things and putting it together and seeing if we can make a randomly generated aquarium work. And I reckon what I'll do is I'll see that 80 centimeter tank that right there. Maybe that's the tank. So that forever you guys can see your own creation. And hopefully not hopefully. And then it'll also force me to keep it running. But yeah, okay. So for inhabitants, it'll have to be what can go in an 80 centimeter tank. So that's also good because it means that we can't. I've already had it suggested that we put giant gourami on the wheel. So that won't be happening. That'll be good. But Kirsten gourami is probably still alive at that size. It's actually not a bad profile tank, to be honest. 80 centimeters, there's a lot of options for 80 centimeters. So not this week because we were a bit on again, off again if it was happening. But on a coming stream, maybe on a Saturday. That feels like a Saturday activity to me. I'll do a Saturday stream. And it might be like mid-morning or something like that. Actually, there's potential. Maybe I could do it this Saturday because it's unusual that I have the place to myself on a weekend to make a live stream basically not light, have chaos just inside there. You know, these later streams, obviously Harry the baby's asleep, so it's easy enough to do. The other two are getting ready for bed now, but they're pretty cruisy, so it's not as bad. But a Saturday morning, that is a whole different kettle of fish around this place. So maybe I could do that this Saturday. It does feel soon. It does feel too soon. I'll just do a short one, I think, like a 30 or 40 minute. So tell all your friends. It's currently 9 p.m. on a Thursday. So fast forward 24 hours and then fast forward like 12 hours. Yeah, 9 a.m. on Saturday. So whatever the time is now, flip the a.m. and p.m. and go forward 2 days. And that's when I'll do this stream. If you want to have input to what we turn that 80 centimeter tank into. If you got other ideas on things that you want me to do on that, join the Discord or message me on Facebook or Instagram and we'll do that. Red Plants, how you going, mate? Rumble, he comments in our like Australian YouTube fish keeping people group chat, so he's still going good. But if anybody's watched Rumble enough, you'll know that his attention span is fairly short on anything, right? So the fact that he did daily videos for so long whilst having a baby, whilst his partner is quite heavily pregnant again, I think, so he's got a lot going on. So that's videos have taken the back burner a little bit, but he's still kicking and he still has fish. Add an orangutan. By giant gouravi, are we referring to a banded giant gouravi, orange or blue stripe, or just a big dwarf gouravi, or the huge white one? The huge white one, because it's kind of a little bit of a meme that I can't stand those fish. They look... I referred to them as a melted candle. They are an abomination. Yeah, he's just quiet, that's all. Yeah. Yeah, he's busy. I think he's just doing his thing with working and riding motorbikes and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, so I think in that case, probably wrap it up here. But yeah, okay. I'll work on that and you'll see it scheduled in. But yeah, 9 o'clock I reckon on Saturday. I'll see if that'll work. If not, you'll see the schedule anyway, so you'll know why. And then we'll spin up the wheel a bunch of times and eventually I'll turn that into a video. Yeah. And so, can message yet? There you go, Plushie. You can message. Welcome. Hello. Thanks for subscribing if you had to wait the 20 minutes, which I assume is the case. Okay, got a question. Alright, shoot. Let me know. I'll wait with bated breath. While you do, I'll self-promo. Tomorrow morning, a all-encompassing Celestial Pearl Danio video is out. So, if you've ever wondered how to breed them, care for them, what to do to have best success, tune into that one. Share it to a friend who you think might be interested otherwise, because I need all the help I can get at the moment. Although we did hit 35k subs through the week, so that was pretty cool. That was very cool, actually. Must be a good... Oh, here we go. Plushie, what do you do if you see a baby angel swimming funny? Are they like swimming around in circles? Like, that's something called whirling disease. And there's not a lot you can do about it. Eventually it will sadly meet its doom. You don't have to do anything about that. But in general, with like freshly hatched fry, they're not going to have any like disease or anything that's going to pass on to any other fry, because they just haven't been alive long enough to do that, right? And if there was something wrong with the water, then all of the fish would have it, so it doesn't really matter anyway. Like baby name, a short fin swimming. Yeah, okay, swimming like on the side. I'd honestly just grow it out to a bigger size so you can make a more accurate determination of what's going on. I don't think there's any need to rush anything with that sort of stuff. So just do nothing, feed good foods, keep the water clean, grow it up and see what happens. And then once it's grown up, if it's really struggling, if it can't eat properly is a big one, if it can't sort of swim properly, then, you know, you might have to get a larger fish to have a meal, which is unfortunate. But if it's just a bit weird, keep it. You know, I've definitely kept some fish in sort of keeper tanks, like outside of where the breeding's going on, because I don't want those genetics to be passed down. But you know, I've definitely had weird pet fish that are a bit dodgy, but overall healthy. Take care. If we comment on the membership early drop videos, are the comments there when the video gets released? Yep, they are. They are. And everyone will know. Oh, Dan Keeping Fish commented 3 days before this video came out. What a superior human being he is. And I really like his emoji of a discus in a fishbowl. How would I also become such an elite human being? What do I have to do to unlock these amazing life perks? To which I would suggest, you know, a simple donation towards Blake's Aquatics channel membership, which goes a long way to helping me remain happily married and keep the debt collectors at bay, particularly those of my electricity provider, because I heavily invested in solar panels in an area that gets quite prominent rainfall and not much sun and often has cloud cover. That's how it would go down, exactly verbatim, I think. The water is fine. I going to the pet show? Absolutely. I think I'm doing a presentation at that, although I haven't heard anything since I said I would do it in like November. So maybe I've been axed. But I'll be there in either capacity, one of those. Yeah, I'll definitely be there. I'm looking forward to seeing you again, Gil. Alright, fair dinkum. Hope I don't know what that accent was. Alrighty, fair dinkum. Hope everything goes well. Good to see you live stream again after all this time. Yes, great to see the 4G still going strong in that rainforest there and orangutan. Hope those dastardly palm oil harvesters stay at bay, and hope you and your family can continue to repopulate. Wish you all the best. I work second shift in the US, miss most live streams, love your videos, glad to see I can watch you live. Thanks Kurt. Yeah, so hopefully that weekend sounds like a good idea then for a number of reasons, so we'll give that a whirl. Big Tank Hank, how you going, mate? Good to see you with the gun show. Oh no, I said that word. Anyway. I'm pretty sure that's what made me demonetize last week, because I said nobody's holding me at word point. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Anyway, we'll find out. Couple of night shifters, well, good to have you. I call all fish that are not up to standard, and Oscar works great. For that, I use my marine tank for that purpose. Yeah. Any more thoughts on making something new with the 3D printer? Yeah. One thing I'm going to develop for the Hoplo cats is I have it on good authority. So Hoplo cats are a bubble nest breeder, and I have it on good authority that they readily breed with yellow ice cream container lids, kind of acting as an Indian almond leaf floating on the top. So I want to print basically like this. I want to print, and this would work for bedders too. It'll be like a disc like this, and like that. Have I messed that up? No, I haven't. I don't think so. Yeah, I kind of did. Anyway, I don't know how clear this is, but it'll be like a circle like that with a open sort of channel around the outside so it floats, and then the bubble nest can be up and under it. But I'm just deciding whether to make it like a mesh top so that you'll be able to see if there's a bubble nest under there, because I do think it would be annoying if you kept having to look under it to find out if there's a bubble nest or not. Also, I'm going to put a hole in it so that you can zip tie it to, like for example, if you're running sponge filters, you could have a loose zip tie from that to the airline for your sponge filter so that the bubble nest stays in one place. But that's what I'm working on at the moment on that side of things. Yeah. I'll let you know as soon as I know something. But yeah, quite a few of my caves that you can see the fish while they're in the cave, you know, the ones that go on the front of the glass. I do print quite a few of those. I thought I had some around here actually. I'll show you. Oh, I did have some. Anyway, it's like an open face cave, so you press it right up against the glass and then fill in the substrate around it, and you can see if your cories and stuff are inside there. So that's cool. Print quite a few of those, and I print quite a few of my egg collectors. Since Aquapros has started doing his like pothos hangers and stuff, I haven't really sold many of those, which is fine because they're kind of an annoying print to do anyway, to be honest. Blake's Aquatics sponge filter. How many times can the sponge filter be reinvented? I don't know. I don't know. I've thought about other things like a cage that goes over the top of Corydoras eggs. And actually that was an idea that somebody asked me for, but I just haven't got around to it yet. Yeah, but I've tried it like with suction cups. Fish can still get up underneath. So some kind of way to protect cory eggs I think would be kind of cool. Because they eat the eggs, but once they're fried they don't really bother them too much. So I think that could be a good way to get some cories colony breeding a bit more often. The trouble is as well, what size do you make it? Do you just have like one huge one? Or do you have like heaps of little ones? Because, you know, cory eggs are often in little clumps all over the place, right? Any other ideas? I'm happy to play around with stuff. I do get asked for custom things every now and then. After 9 PM. Yeah. Hey, Aussie Aquatic. Past my bedtime. Past mine too. So yeah. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Hopefully it was a good stream. Sounds like I might be back on Saturday in the daytime hours if you're catching this on the replay. If you are, well done for watching an 87-minute live stream on replay. Much appreciated. If I don't see you for whatever reason, then look after yourself, stay safe, have a happy fishy weekend. If you got merch ideas, stream ideas, anything else you'd like incorporated, 3D print ideas, or whatever, I am available on all of the pipes, Discord, Facebook, Instagram. The DMs are open, and yeah, cool. Alright, much appreciated. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. See ya. At this time, I'm going to count down 10, 9, 8, 7,